Hello everybody and welcome back to Brainstorm Brewery. It's Corbin. I'm back. I know you all miss me. I was gone for a couple weeks. I had to go tour the world, do some magic along the way. But now I'm here and I'm sure that everyone's day is better for it. You're welcome.
You could have been here on those days too.
I could have, except I would have been not here. I would have been in Brussels or Hawaii.
Right, but like we're using this thing called the internet to communicate with each other. And Brussels and Hawaii also have internet.
Nah, man. Internetless.
I think they have internet in Hawaii.
There. No, they only have beach. And bars. I found those too. That's what they have there. I drank
Corbin,
Mai
go
Tais.
jump a shark.
No, I drank Mai Tais, man.
Hey, where do
you ever had a Mai Tai?
Where do Hawaiian sea creatures like to get drunk?
Where, Jason?
At the sandbar.
Wow. That was pretty clever, man.
Look at me. I'm the EDH Recast.
I don't know if that's
you're not, because you don't have twice our viewers.
I don't know if that's a plug or an insult or what.
We got by a podcast I set up and could have put myself on. But maybe we wouldn't have twice our viewers if I'd stayed.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you ever think about that? Anyways, welcome in, everybody. I'm back. It is time for Brainstorm Brewery. This week, we're going to talk about some of the new products coming out. I think Jason has some sort of corset rant queued up.
Nope.
And hey,
you said we were going to talk about
segments.
that. See, this is what we do every week. We when we didn't precast and talk about what we were going to talk about, the episodes were great. And then when we talk about shit beforehand, and there's like, well, you said you had something, and then DJ's like, no. So let's stop doing that, because we just anger each other by immediately contradicting something that you thought because of a conversation we had 10 minutes ago.
Well, that's the point of this podcast, is to just anger each other and fuel our genuine dislike for one another.
This is MTG Finance. 10 minutes ago is an eternity in MTG Finance time. Stuff turns on a dime. If you don't have up-to-the-minute information, you're living in the past, And that's why if you're a patron at patreon.com/Brainstorm Brewery, you can have access to the spreadsheet where we put our picks of the week and our breaking bulk in there, and you can get them as soon as we record the cast, and not on Thursday or Friday or whenever the episode goes out. So you'll be days ahead of everybody.
Was it this bad while I was gone? Every 5 minutes.
Okay, so
I believe I saw that last week there was a counter for it.
Somebody in the Discord or somebody had given us the feedback that I plugged the Patreon too much, and that really pissed me off. So I did it 10 times as much as normal.
And I told JJ to add a ticker to the.
Yeah, did you get them, Jason? Did you get them? Did you show them, buddy?
They don't listen anymore, so we win.
They got got.
They got.
I don't think people understand that this is a show where we genuinely dislike each other. We pretend to not like each other, but then we also genuinely dislike each other.
I was really mad because DJ sent me some cards, and I took a picture of the cards with his business card and tweeted about it. And someone's like, "Ooh, seems like you got a friends and family discount." I'm like, I'm neither. I was so mad that someone implied DJ was my friend. Don't do that to me.
Wow. How rude of them, honestly. How inconsiderate.
No. It's worse than that, because not only did they imply that DJ and I are friends, which gross, they implied that since we're friends, he hooked me up special, and then I tweeted about it as if that's the customer service that they can expect, but I was being disingenuous because I knew I got hooked up special because we were friends. So it was a double insult.
I agree.
Impugn my integrity and my intelligence.
What you're saying is, don't buy cards from DJ. Buy them from our sponsor, Channel Fireball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corbin that's didn't even tweet out a picture of the thing I sold him in Austin.
Oh yeah, that's actually cool though. I probably should do that. I still have it in my bag. It turns out I learned this. DJ said, "Hey Corbin, give me $20. I got a surprise." I was like, "Okay." So I gave him $20, and I got a World Championship deck. I got the Merfolk Opposition deck from top 8 of Worlds at whatever year. But apparently this is the thing on the PT now, on the circuit, is for everybody to bust out World Championship decks from 20 years ago to play against each other. So this is great. This actually made me one of the cool kids, so I appreciate that. That was one of the many things
you were less than
enthused
enthused when I originally gave it to you.
I'm trying to get rid of random Magic cards in my house, and you gave me more random.
Was that the
cards.
year when people were playing Cowardice with Jolting Merfolk?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Sorry for asking you a question about a thing you own.
You're welcome.
Got him.
You should apologize. I appreciate that. Anyways, there's big news to talk about this week, right? There's all these cool things that I did in Europe and Hawaii and drafting on the beach and with all that stuff was great. Sure, but there's big news, okay? Did you know that at the New York Toy Fair, they debuted the world's smallest Magic cards this week?
Yep, they did. Just more shit to collect. Thanks.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. We saw a friend of the cast, Alex Kessler, and Ben Bateman from Masters of Modern playing with them on Twitter. You can go check it out. It was pretty. They're actually really
the
small.
Weirdest card selection. They could have done like a Theros thing or like
it's Jace vs. Vraska dual deck.
It's like a dual deck from 7 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, it is certainly very random. But hey, it's kind of cool. The cards are like as big as your like tip. It's like your your finger. You like your little finger, so they're pretty small. But it's pretty cool. They had them. They were playing with them. It's sure to be a neat collectible because, hey, this is Magic. Everything has value. Something stupid that was rare, yeah, it probably has value. Somebody out there will pay for it.
Don't buy them.
Now I just want some of the world's smallest cards. Anyways, all right, moving on. Another thing that happened while I was gone is we got yet another secret Lair drop, a Constellation Gods. So I know these came out, and frankly, I railed against them a little bit because it's yet another product that should be being sold at the LGS, not on Wizards' website. But it is what it is, and now it seems that not only are they here to stay, it seems like the word on the street is we'll be getting them monthly. What do you all think about monthly secret Lair drops?
Shrug of indifference.
Yeah?
I will continue to make money off them when possible. When they don't randomly cancel my order. My Theros one got randomly canceled.
Oh, it was just a stock issue, and they will send them to you when they restock, which will be like 3 secret layers from now.
No, I mean, it just said it got canceled. It didn't even say, like... Because there were some people that got an email that said, yours is on back order or whatever, and then mine just said, like, due to circumstances, we were unable to complete your order, blah, 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 so...
Well, do we think... It seems like the first couple ones have been pretty good value, but if they're really going to be doing them monthly, they're going to kind of lose their shine pretty quickly, I think. What do you guys... Do you think that we're going to hit a point before long where they're not worth buying and trying to flip?
I think they'll always be worth flipping to international countries because import taxes are a thing.
Yeah, so right now Wizards is only selling them in the United States. So if you can buy them for
they sell them outside. You can buy them from outside the United States. You just have to pay like an exorbitant amount of taxes.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you can order it from Canada or Europe or whatever, but you have to pay like
right, but no one wants
or something the actual value.
Yeah, no one's actually ordering them. So for all intents and purposes, they're limited to the US. So it's much cheaper, to find somebody in Europe who wants it, who's willing to pay €20 more or whatever, but not double, not €50 more and ship them to them. So if you want to put in the work, that's certainly an easy way to make $20 or $30 at least, right? So
yep.
And that's the secret. That's MTG Finance. Secret? Yeah.
That's what's hidden. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And that's not sexy. People wanted like, what's your pick of the week? Tell me what spec to buy. If I had $1,000 and had to invest it in cards, what should I buy? And it's like, nope, not sexy. Just go do boring stuff. Go buy stuff for $15 and sell it for $21. You made $6. That does not sound like a lot of money, so you got to do it 200 times. And then when you do it 200 times, you get $1,200.
That is, in fact, how it works. The secret is that's how anything works, right?
No.
Any job.
That's not how an internal combustion engine works.
Okay.
Got him. Corbin got him. Why don't we put up a got him counter?
Ding.
Oh, gosh. What is it, at 3 or 4 already?
Well, stop getting got.
Asking makes it 5.
10 minutes into the episode, the got him counters at 3 or 4. It's not just me that's getting got.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's when anybody gets got.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's no brakes on this got him mobile.
Yep. there were some people were got before the podcast. So.
Well, Corbin said he'd never been gotten before the podcast, and then
I just want to know how it would feel to be got. That's all I'm saying.
Corbin, have you ever had somebody bring back a gotcha card from the graveyard?
Nope.
I disbelieve that.
Disbelieve that.
Yes.
That's what you do.
Yep.
Okay.
You're gonna tell me disbelieve is not a verb?
All right, man.
Got him.
Got him.
Ding.
All right. Moving on. The other new product to talk about is Jumpstart. So I don't know if anyone has ever played the. I think it's called. Oh crud! What's that game called?
Well, you were ready for this one, weren't you?
I know. Hold up.
I know what it's called.
A lot
too.
like ooh.
I know what it's called, but I just want to watch you squirm.
I give up.
Got him.
It's called Smash Up.
Yeah, Smash Up. So Smash Up is it's a standalone card game where there's like 20 different tribes essentially that do different things, and then you always randomize 2 of the decks to each person before the game starts, and then there's some cross synergies between the decks, etc., etc. The game is like kind of mediocre, but it's fun to have something that essentially gives you, a new deck every time without there being a drafting process involved. Yeah, no, the game's like perfectly. It's fine. There's nothing. It's not. We've played it with like 5 or 6 people. It doesn't scale very well, but it is like the base game is actually reasonably enjoyable, right? So it's pretty cool. It's a neat idea, and it seems Wizards agrees because Jumpstart, as they call it, a new kind of play experience inside a new kind of booster.
I mean,
it's actually pretty cool.
It's weird because like they did it they are doing it for unsanctioned, which is the unsealed product, the silver border thing, and then like it's almost like they're pre-deciding that it went well and they're doing it again.
I mean, yeah, I have to guess.
It's just weird that like normally they're like, oh, master set that worked well. 2 years later, crank out another one, but like it's just like, oh, we're doing this thing, and then before that thing comes out or has any market data, we're doing a thing similar to that.
Because this is designed to like check boxes based on their market research of like what would it take to get someone who doesn't play Magic or knows how to play but doesn't play Limited. This is sort of like a hybrid between Limited and like not doing a real like whole deal. Where he's like, oh, I've never played Limited before. Cool, sit down and draft for an hour and then play for 3 hours. And if the draft didn't go well, you wasted 4 hours. Good luck. Yeah. This is a real, it's a way to teach people limited card interactions. Because when you like start playing Magic as a new player, it's like, oh, here's Constructed. You need to learn 30 cards. Good luck. Limited, it's more like, oh, I have to play this crap card, but Twiddle won me a game because I tapped a blocker. I did it. So I think this is probably a fine product.
Yeah, and what you have to remember also is that inside Wizards building, not everyone is like a Magic player the way we think of Magic players. And the faces of the company that most of the public is familiar with are the designers or the developers or play design or anything like that. And those groups are all composed of, lifelong Magic players who maybe were pros, played at a high level, have thought about designing the game, have played the game since it was beta, all of these things, right? And they're just so entrenched into it. And that's kind of what other products, even when they build them for new players, that's the kind of thing they aim at. But you have to remember that not everybody in the building is that level, even though those are the ones you see. There are hundreds or, at least dozens, I guess, of marketing people or communications people or accounting people, all these people who maybe have a peripheral knowledge of Magic, but to them it's just a job, right? And they're a games industry worker, not necessarily entrenched in Magic specifically. So I bet they get a fair amount of data just from knowing what people in the building like. So I imagine what happened is they were testing, they have all this market research, and then they also get sort of the hands-on feedback of testing out unsanctioned or whatever inside of WotC, and people love it, and they're like, oh, this is great, we should try to do more of this. And then they look around the industry, what else has worked, and kind of land on this Jumpstart idea. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, 20 card packs, a bunch of reprints.
I said it last week, the most popular format in Magic is, quote, cards I own. I'm serious. It's like a thing where it's just, it's not sexy. It's not like, oh, what's stronger, modern or standard? Oh, is it limited or committed? No, it's just like people playing with decks they got out of 17 packs they've accumulated from Walmart over the past 3 years. Like that is Magic's most popular format.
Yeah, that's those people exist. Sometimes they come out of the woodwork too. Somebody, I had to moderate a Facebook argument in like the Oklahoma Magic group between somebody who was arguing that you don't decide on how you pay mana until after an opponent has decided to counterspell or not your spell. And they were busting out the comp rules and the subsections of the comp rules.
Yeah.
Absolutely convinced they were right. And this is just, these people are the majority of the market. I
have met somebody who thought you could crack a fetch land to find a red creature.
But you can
know about that one.
You can crack a fetch land to find an Island Fist Jesconius and put that into play.
You can also crack a fetch land and get a Dryad Arbor.
Like, if you go to the Magic groups that are just have 70,000 people in them, like Magic Rocks My Socks or whatever the frick it's called, like, those are the Facebook groups where you find the real, just, like, horrendous parts of the Magic community. Like, if you scroll down when, like, a Chroma's Memorial get reprinted and somebody's like, this is the end of red as a color! Like, those are the people that you, those are the real salt of the earth.
Yeah, I enjoy moderating a group because you do get to see people like that come through. And some of them, like the person who misunderstood the timing rules with mana, like most people are there in good faith, right? And they may be pretty intense about something, but it's just some people they just don't Google things. They just, even though it's 2020, they play with their home group and their buddy has, their angel deck or their sliver deck or whatever, or they have these cards that do this, and they just can never interact with them. And they are limited to the cards they find when they go to an LGS and flip through someone's binder, right? Like, so the internet just does not compute with some people.
A guy told me that 75% meant his deck wasn't done being built.
So he was playing with 75 cards?
And I was like, but you can't say that to me. Though.
That's his word.
And he said, oh, you're the guy? Well, you don't have the copyright. And he spelled copyright wrong. And then I left that group and checked the box that prevented people from adding me to it again.
Salty Jason. When he can't block enough people, he just blocks himself.
Yeah, that's...
Got him.
I don't know if you got him. I don't know if you figured that out, but that's the easiest way to block everybody is to just block yourself.
Yep. Good advice. Good advice. Anyways, back to Jumpstart. So these are 20 card boosters. There's themes in each one. So there's different tribes. The different tribes might have different cards in them, I believe, even amongst tribes. 1 in 3 boosters contains an extra rare. There's 500 reprints in the product and 37 new cards that are not legal in any format. That Legacy Vintage Commander. That's it. So apparently this is also going to tie in with Core Set 2021. So I don't know. It seems like it's a new thing that might be kind of cool to try out. There's going to be a pre-release for it, cool, which is definitely nice. I just got done dumping on Wizards for Secret Lairs, but having a pre-release for an extra product is pretty neat, especially during the summer when Magic interest tends to be a little lower.
Well, and these packs aren't totally irrelevant from a finance standpoint. Like if you wanted to buy a case of these, if you're stocking a case like we are, or selling on TCG Player, you buy $6-12, it probably won't suck. 500 reprints, 37 brand new cards that were going to be Legacy, Vintage, and Commander legal, and every third pack has an extra rare.
Yep.
And there are mythic rare packs that don't have any variations. So like there's only one configuration of the pack. So there's going to be like some stuff that's a little more concentrated, I guess, on the basis of that, but
I mean, sure. It's cool. This is actually, a novel way to get reprints in the market. I don't actually know.
Have been saying we want.
Yeah, this is kind of like, remember they did the Ixalan board game or whatever?
Yeah.
They've done stuff like this in the past. This seems like one of the better ways. This seems like one of those better products since it's actually tied to playing Magic as sort of the primary focus of it.
Give us a bunch of crap like, we need a fairies playable deck, and they don't have to balance it for limit. Yeah. It's just sort of like these packs smash against each other, go to town. It's way easier to introduce a bunch of reprints without having to reprint cards that don't need reprinted just on the basis of balancing limited as having archetypes and shit like that, which takes forever to do, and it's hard.
Right. Do we know the price of these? We don't, right? We can assume it'll be like a conspiracy type.
Well, I mean,
pricing.
they got rid of MSRP, so it's sort of just like you roll a die and point to it, like you just pick a number.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that they sell for I don't think it's a limited run or anything. So, I'm guessing they have normal booster pack pricing. Yeah, but this is cool because I think you're right. It appeals to all the people who don't want to do the harder parts of Magic. They building a deck can be intimidating to people who want to get into the game, period, right? Especially when they lose to more powerful decks. Limited can also be very intimidating. But this is a nice way that both has enough like variation to keep people interested, but it's also a super easy jumping off point. And as a Magic player, I'm actually kind of excited for it because it is sort of a different way to play Limited. I enjoyed Smash Up, so this seems like a nice way to bring it to Magic.
You went from fine to I enjoyed Smash Up really quickly over like 20 minutes. What happened?
On Smash Up?
No,
it's like fun. Yeah, it's not like the best game ever, but I enjoyed it.
You're like, it's fine. And now you're like, I enjoyed it. So I'm just wondering what
do you not enjoy things that are fine? This is we're gonna have it
was a radical shift in tone, and it sounds like a little bit disingenuous. I'm gonna grant DJ a got him on that one.
Oh my
god.
Sorry, man. As a neutral third party in your got him dispute, I'm giving the got him to DJ.
You are certainly neutral. That I believe for sure.
We are not friends.
Yep.
As indicated by some guy's incorrectness on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That guy got me.
Yeah,
Let's give him a got him.
That's what started this all. We're giving him a got him?
Yeah, he got me.
Got him.
He said DJ and I were friends. He got him.
Got
my dander up. I was rankled.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on to everyone's favorite game, Breaking Bulk.
Breaking Bulk time. Breaking Bulk time. Break.
Oh, yeah, Breaking Bulk. There's so much good stuff.
It's a pick. Breaking Bulk. The end.
I got one that's cheating.
I gotta remember how to play this game.
Did you say you got one that's cheating?
I think so. I think you guys are going to be real upset.
Okay, let's hear it.
Here's a card with 2 printings, most recently Commander 2017. It is a green uncommon.
What?
It's a green uncommon creature.
You have to tell us what set it was originally in.
Oh, you'll get it right away.
Yeah, that's how the game works.
Fate Reforged.
Oh, Teamer Sabretooth.
I didn't want to tell you Fate Reforged.
Yeah, well, it's weird. It sucks to play by the rules of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Teamer Sabretooth is sweet, and this is a great Breaking Bulk because it's worth real money. Right? This isn't like a 40-cent. This is $2.
And it got reprinted, so everyone's like, oh, well, there goes Teamer Sabretooth. Rip that card just as it was close to $2. It gets reprinted in a Commander set, no less. In the Kitty Cat deck.
Still going. It's going up from $2 now.
Well, it turns out that Kitty Cat deck is $395 sealed, so like no one's busting those for Teamer Sabretooths.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's a 4/3 for 4. 1 green, you can return another creature to its owner's hand. If you do, Teamer Sabretooth.
Well, it's you have to bounce your own creature.
Sorry, you control to its owner's hand. If you do, Teamer Sabretooth gains indestructible. So it's just a combo piece. It's a 2-mana bounce your Palancron or whatever.
Well, it's not even a combo piece necessarily. It's just like a value piece.
Yeah, you just
I almost always
like
see
Farhaven
a
Elves or whatever.
Yeah, or Fleshbag Marauder or,
That's way more fair than I see people use it. To me, it's like, oh, combo piece, game's about to end. Or it's nuts.
That's not how we play EDH. I bounce Avenger Zendikar. I'm not dicking around with Palancron.
Yeah. I see. All right, I've got another green uncommon for you guys. This one is from Modern Horizons.
What was it originally in?
Modern Horizons.
Got him. Green uncommon? Is it a creature?
Yeah.
That's a real small list of cards.
Wow. It's a 50-cent card with some upward movement.
Green
so it's not Teamer Sabretooth level, but it is very good.
The Harrow Mage is a common, I think, right?
Yep. I stumped them. I'm gone for a month and I come back and I'm the best at the game.
So it was originally...
Got him. Yeah, originally Modern Horizons. It's a creature.
Is it the elk?
No, it's not an elk.
Is it a sliver?
It is not a sliver.
Wow. Okay. We got DJ.
DJ, are you giving up?
Did you mute your mic so he can't hear you typing?
No, I'm thinking.
DJ's getting got.
Is an Antuco cultivator.
No, that's a reprint.
No.
No. I give up.
Llanowar Tribe.
Oh, the three
sure.
Llanowar elves in a trench coat?
Yep, that's the one. It's a 3 green for a 3/3 that taps to add 3 mana to your pool. It's 50 cents and slightly starting to climb a little bit, right? So probably going to be 75 cents a dollar.
See, I didn't know
it's 3
it was
mana
called
for 3. It's an
Llanowar
elf.
Tribe.
So
I didn't know the name of it because I was using its playtest name, which is 3 Llanowar elves.
Not to be confused with 8 bears.
Back to the cursing we go. Get them beeps ready, JJ.
I don't think it should be a beep. A beep is
This
loud
episode
and
it should be replaced with a
dissonant.
got 'em.
Gotta.
Yeah, whenever we swear it says got him.
All right, DJ, what do you have?
I have a rare that was originally in Theros, and let's see how many printings it has. It's been reprinted quite a few times.
What
Gift
color
of
is
Immortality.
Gift of what?
Immortality.
it? No,
No.
that's never been reprinted.
Whatever.
It was
It has 3 other printings. Most recently in Masters 25.
what color is it?
Blue.
So it's a blue rare and gift in Theros that's been reprinted twice.
3 times.
Blue?
Has been reprinted 3 times.
Curse
Has
of the Swine.
4 total printings. No. Curse of the Swine I don't think has any reprints. Maybe 1.
Just seems like it should be in something Commander. That's a pretty
From
good.
Theros? It's
Is
going
it
to
a
feel dumb.
creature?
It is not a creature.
Okay.
Mamma mia. I don't know.
Blue
man.
Suns.
I thought
no,
this
that's
would
from
be-
Meriden Besiege.
I was like, Blue Sun Zenith. No. I thought this one would be a little bit easier, but it is not a creature. It's a legendary enchantment artifact.
Biden of Thassa?
There you go.
Really?
Yep.
I
Biden of
would not-
Thassa, as of February...
Oh, it's only
29
recently become worth money.
As of February
Interesting.
2019, it was a bulk rare, and now it is approaching $2 market price. And that is
Weird.
after being put in it was a launch party promo, so everyone got one of these friggin' things in Theros release
Yeah.
day. And then it was in Commander 2015 in I believe the blue green deck, I think. And then Masters 25, it was just like nobody really wanted it in Masters 25, but it was there. And so it's just
This is actually a good breaking bulk, DJ. I'll give you that.
What do you mean
This is actually a good, well, usually
What do
when
you
people do
mean,
rares,
actually?
usually when people do rares, they're bad because it's one we either that none of us actually think is bulk or is like 30 cents and is just barely not bulk. But this is actually good. This is actually a good one, man. Take the compliment, buddy.
This card is very good. I play it in Sig Commander, Tribal Rogues. You get to got 'em a lot because you attack with that deck. It's basically a Delver deck. It's like a tempo aggro EDH deck where you just attack with creatures. And it draws you a lot of cards in Commander. It's Coastal Piracy, but sometimes you can just make your opponents attack when they don't want to.
So is Thopter Spy Network worth money?
Barely. It's like it was going to be, and then it was in C19, I think.
Ah, I see.
You would think Alela, Artful Provocateur, would put some upward pressure.
Yeah,
on
Thopter Spy Network.
Or it was in
is-
C18. That's what killed it. It was like slowly approaching breaking bulk status, and it was in the Saheeli deck.
Yeah, you're right. It had started to climb up, but maybe a little like 75, 80
The
cents.
C18
Yep, I'm
one
with
is
you.
worth money. The Origins one is not.
I was just brewing with Eutropia today, and I thought... Biden
In
was
fact, the
pretty useful.
C8, while we're on the topic of Thopter Spy Network, the C18 one is kind of going crazy, actually. Let's see what the market price is.
It's like
Market price on it
$1.70,
is
I think.
$1. It's
Why don't
almost
we look at
$2.
Channel Fireball, your one-stop shop for all your Channel Fireball related needs. Do you need channels? Do you need fireballs? They have both at channelfireball.com. Trading cards. Get a 30% trade-in bonus. That's 1.3 channels for every fireball. Go to channelfireball.com and channel all your fireballs into a 30% trade-in bonus. You did it. That's the ad copy they sent us. I thought
that was beautiful.
That's what they like read this, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Like,
JJ, reduce Jason's Gotham count by 1 for that.
What? Because Channel Fireball got me with that
no,
bad
I'm saying,
ad copy?
like, you got 1 less. Like,
yeah, you got 1 back.
Oh, they're not. I thought it was a counter of all the times I got you guys, but it's.
I don't know how the
got
counter
count.
mechanic
Are we
works,
counting
to be
when we
honest.
got? Are we counting when we
I
get
don't
them?
think
this
we're
is like counting
got.
commander damage. It's awful.
No, this is just one Gotham counter.
Well, how do we do Commander? If we get got by the same, is it the same person or just getting got total?
This is why you need to remove it from the game.
It's not even a competition. It's a communal Gotham count.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Jason got somebody in like Europe earlier, and we counted it.
It should count for more because of the exchange rate.
Something like that. Anyways, get your Thopter Spy Networks now, because that card's actually popping off.
Everyone in the UK is getting a -1 for Gothams.
It's got them with an extra U or something like that. One of those letters that the Queen's English insists on that they don't need.
Boris Johnson got everyone in that fucking country.
Okay, while we're on the subject, I was in Brussels, and the first night I was there, I stayed in I just like hotwired a hotel near the convention center, and it was slightly questionable.
You hotwired a hotel.
Yes.
Hotwired.
Did you want to ask Jeeves to hotwire a hotel?
Yes, boomer. Do you understand what hotwire is?
Yeah, do you understand that, like, did you go to pets.com next or start an Angel Fire site? Hotwire? What year is it?
Did your travel agent tell you to use Hotwire to...
Was there too much traffic on what was that Shatner did the commercials?
Expedia. Priceline.
You remember Shatner? You remember William Shatner?
Yeah, man. The Priceline negotiator.
Remember he left the house because he wasn't senile yet?
What? That's messed up.
When's the last time you saw William Shatner?
Don't you dare talk about Captain James Tiberius Kirk like that.
Look, man, I'm not talking about him like that. He's talking like that. He's full blown talking like Kirk all the time.
Wait, I think he like did a show in Oklahoma City not very long ago.
His mental stamina got himself.
Exactly. Would a sane man in possession of his mental faculties go to Oklahoma?
I'll give you a Gotham count for that.
His dementia got himself.
That's messed up, man. Anyways, that's how you get hotels for cheaper. It works. And you use the...
Is that like the card shark of hotel travel?
Then you use like the Rakuten website and you get like 5% back. All right? There's just a whole science to traveling on the cheap, okay?
I think that we have been sponsored by Hotwire. That's the only explanation for that recommendation. Just open your browser, bing.com.
Well, I get some kind of sketch hotel.
Corbin hotwired this podcast and took it off.
At first, I thought I had a balcony, so I opened the door and stepped outside. But it then turned out it wasn't the balcony; it was the roof, and the hotel signs were next to me, like the 5-foot tall letters that say hotel you can see from far away. They were just out. I was just on the roof next to them. That's where my balcony went. It was a thing. But the real thing was to complain about Europe, because the first night we were there, I had all my like toilet stuff, like, toothpaste, deodorant, all that stuff in a bag in the bathroom, and the like house cleaning threw it away.
What?
I don't
you
know
have
if
any idea how hard it was to get that on a plane?
We use bidets here, you American trash.
Yeah, they
for
just
their
like
mouth.
For everything.
They threw
We
away
don't
my
brush our
Target bag.
teeth. We just crouch over the bidet. It's like a water pick.
They threw it all away, so I'm like, okay, well, this sucks, but no big deal. I'll like go to the grocery store or whatever and get it. And then I found out the grocery stores there don't have deodorant or toothbrushes and toothpaste.
Yeah, those things aren't groceries.
This was very stupid. I was like, at the United, and like all the pharmacies were closed because it was a Saturday afternoon.
They're called
And
chemists.
that's how they. That's how they do it in Europe.
They're called
And I was
apothecaries.
just like, if this was America, I'd have a CVS on every corner that would have everything I needed. This is Europe is not America, man. That's all I got to say on it.
Take that, Europe. You're not America.
Got him.
You can't get a $1 double cheeseburger, but not healthcare for when you ate too many $1 double cheeseburgers.
I know, it's bull. Anyways, that was related.
Didn't we used to
Related to
start
what?
the episode with stuff like that?
I wanted to vary it up. You know, like how you throw in the Patreon pitch at different places. I got to throw in the Corbin stories at different places in the podcast. That way people won't know when they're coming.
Look, man, if I want to tell people go to patreon.com/Brainstorm Brewery and give us $1 a month, which is as little as 20 or 25 cents an episode, they can have access to the Discord server and they can monitor the Gotham count in real time.
All right, back to Magic. Jason, here's something I want to throw at you and get your opinion on it. At Magic Fest this coming weekend, they are trying a command zone guide. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your deck / playstyle? 1 to 2 for the fun of it. 3 to 4 casual. An example of this level would be the recent precons. 5 to 6 is focused, powerful interactions, but very few combos. 7 to 8 is optimized with infinite combos, but not actually CEDH. And then 9 to 10 is CEDH.
I think...
What is this doomed to disaster?
Yeah.
Or is this going to catch on?
People don't know how to accurately quantify their own decks. And CEDH shouldn't be... It's a different format. And the sooner we just say CEDH is a different format and let those people go pretend they're playing Legacy, the better. Because trying to incorporate them is just totally fraught. The problem with that is people that are like, I built this CEDH deck, and they're like, bro, you don't even have Mana Vault. Get out of here, you fucking poor. So those people go to the casual table is like, I guess I'm not CEDH, and then they win on turn 3. No one's happy. So those people are like, well, CEDH is 9 or 10. I guess I'm a 7 or an 8, and then they're just going to be pub stomping people. Like,
yeah, I think everyone thinks their deck is a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, everyone's going to say they're a 6 or a 7.
And then they're going to go to the 5 to 6 table.
And it's going to be the same shit. Like, oh, what kind of 6 or 7 are you? Well, I'm a casual 6 or 7. Well, I'm a competitive 6 or 7. So, like, everyone's going to say that they're in that range. And it's going to be just like before where you had no vocabulary. So, like, since there's no objectivity to it, it's going to be a complete disaster, I think. But, hey, it could certainly always work. But what was the problem before?
Well, the problem before is it's even more nebulous when they're like, "Is your deck? Are you playing competitive?" Like they ask you when you go into the command zone at a Magic Fest, do you want to play for prizes? Because that's the thing. When we were in Phoenix, we actually got done early enough on Sunday. I got a badge and went into the command zone area to spell sling with people, and they gave me some tickets. And apparently, the way it works is you can play for tickets where everyone gets some tickets for playing, but you have to pay for it. But you get prize tickets, and then you get prize tickets if you win, or you can actually just hang out in there if you've bought the weekend pass and just play Commander for fun all weekend. So that's how it works. So right now that you walk in and they're like, are you playing for tickets? And that's sort of the first level of, are you playing competitively or are you not playing competitively at all? But even then there's just giant ranges, and it's just, this system may not be perfect, but what they have now is even more fumbling.
Sure.
I don't know, man. It seems fraught to me.
Yeah, and we'll see if it worked. I mean, it's interesting. It's something, right? I mean, I don't know. I assume most of my decks would land in the 7 to 8 range. Because they're certainly good and have some amount of combos, but I don't play a lot of fast mana and broken tutors, so they're by no means competitive.
But the people that do want to prey on people just be like, oh, I'm a 4, and then they play against the 4s and win. They're like, aha, I did it.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is there's no way to ever regulate those people anyways, right? So, that's an easy criticism of this system, but that criticism they don't need a system to do that, right, if that's their goal.
I just think it makes it easier for them to identify their prey. And those people need to be beaten with a sack full of Valencia oranges.
Oh, yeah? That was very specific. Yeah.
Yeah, because it leaves a really nasty bruise, but it doesn't hurt that bad. But only if you do it right. So, like, they'll wake up in the morning and they'll have, like, these bruises and they'll think they got hurt way worse than they did. And they'll be like, I need to change my life. So, yeah. And I say Valencia because, like, if I smack somebody...
Because you don't ever want to be sponsored by them.
Well, it's a breed of orange, I think. I don't think it's, like, a brand.
Any orange company is never going to sponsor us now based on this.
Well, that's fine. We'll move into the tangerine market.
Okay.
I don't think tangerines. I think the bruises would be smaller and it looked like you got beaten by children. I don't think anybody wants that. Maybe that's what you do. You hit them with a sack full of sweet clementines and it looks like they got beat up by babies. It's like, look at those tiny fists. This guy can't fight at all. But then it also looks like there was a dozen babies and, like, could you really fault somebody that got beat up by, like, a dozen 4-year-olds?
Well, yeah, I mean, they could not get beaten up by a dozen 4-year-olds. You could just, like, leave.
But
their short little legs can't catch you.
Have you seen a 4-year-old?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the guy that ran from 4-year-olds for his life.
I did work one summer at a summer camp where I was the designated, like, you know, counselor who plays with the kids in the pool who, when they want to dunk everybody, you know. And so I did spend a year of having a bunch of, like, 10-year-olds jumping on my shoulders and trying to drown me. And I eventually got pretty rough with them. I just launched those kids. Figure they're tough enough if they... What I'm saying is you lose your sympathy.
That's
for
not
kids
a good
real
soundbite,
quick.
Corbin.
Once you lose your sympathy for the children. Yeah, man. Look, at first you're like, oh, I got to be nice to them. They're kids. I don't want to hurt anybody, et cetera, et cetera. But then the little just start trying to literally drown you. 2 of them will go over your legs. Somebody will kick you in the nuts. Someone else's are hanging around your neck. And you just start trying to throw them off of you, like full on like Hulk mode, you know? So that's all I'm saying. I don't have sympathy for someone who gets beaten up by a bunch of 4-year-olds.
I think you have the advantage in water because you can stand with your feet planted and have your head above the water, and they can't.
And they'll drown.
Yeah, so you had a huge advantage.
Yeah, but there's a lot more of them.
But on land, it's tougher. So, like, anybody that gets beat up by 4-year-olds on land, I have some sympathy for them. I'll be honest.
I guess if they like, I don't know, man. If they got you on the ground and you couldn't get away.
Well, if they get you on the ground, you're dead. That's
then you're just gonna get piled on.
Dude, their eyes go black like a shark with that like membrane over their eyes. And
that's
their eyes go black and they get that killer instinct. And like if you're on the ground, those 4-year-olds will finish you, man. So
they swarm you, they finish you, and then they look at each other and they go, "Got 'em." And you know you got. You're dead.
I'm not gonna react. I do not want to encourage you.
Anyways, let's move on to Pick of the Week.
Pick of the Week. Pick of the Week. Pick of the Week. Time for the Pick of the Week.
I mean, I guess we're just zooming right through this podcast, so Throne of Geth is my pick of the week.
Okay, Zoomer.
It's a card that got really expensive for no reason, and by no reason, I mean it was like a one-of in a Legacy sideboard, and people lost their minds, and it went to like $4.
It was also in Hardened Scales in Modern, to be fair.
It proliferates colorlessly. That's a big deal.
Right, yeah, and I mean it's just a card that's gone without reprints. I was listing Magic cards this past weekend, and it was, I was like, I don't want to list these for 25 cents because it'll make nothing, and so it's just one of those
somebody
cards...
tell DJ that this segment isn't Breaking Bulk?
Well, Breaking Bulk would be a card that is worth something, and Throne of Geth at this point is worth effectively nothing.
It is like 50 cents and trending down, yeah. That is nuts, actually. I knew it had spiked, and obviously I didn't expect it to stay expensive, but it is, like, just almost dead. But, hey, so's Modern. So that kind of makes sense, right?
Sure.
I mean, look, if you thought holding on... If you are somebody who wants to make money off of Modern uncommons, you've taken a beating over the past 12 to 18 months or whatever, right? Remember Simian Spirit Guide used to be like $20. Remand used to be $8. Serum Visions was $6. Like, this stuff is all just like trash now. Like, I don't know if you want to give credit to the reprints or to the power creep or to Modern Dying or whatever, but so many of the commons and uncommons that were worth a decent amount of money are just almost dead. Remand's probably done the best because there's only actually been like 3 printings of it. It's still like $3, but
Helix is
so
pretty
many of
good
those
too,
other
just
cards
'cause
are
it's
just
casual.
dead. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, Serum Visions now, it's just, there's a billion printings of it, and it's all just $1, maybe $2, right? It's all, everything just died in Modern. So not the place you want to be. So Throne of Geth is your pick, though? You think it's going to rebound?
Eventually, right? Like, it just needs, like, a new commander, the artifact commander that cares about counters, or, like,
Sure.
some, like, wacky, thing that cares about artifacts or infect or just any sort of thing. As long as it avoids a reprint, it's just one of those cards that is reasonably solid in Commander, could easily see play in another thing. It's just a very, very cheap card from 2009, effectively.
Yeah, I'll also say this. Wow, that's a long time ago. I'll also say that it seems like, right now we're in the post bolus sort of calm down Age of Magic, but pretty soon they need a new big bad for the storytelling. And from what I understand, there's been some hints dropped that the Phyrexians are going to be involved in some way, whether that's, on New Phyrexia or they're going to invade another world or whatever you want.
I mean,
and
there's
at which point, at any point that happens, any card with the word proliferate on it's probably going to go crazy.
It's like it's the Karn. They foreshadowed it with Karn, getting the Silex and just doing the all the foreshadowing for digging up the World Boom item on Dominaria.
Sure, I don't know what any of that meant.
I mean, it's in the
not
Dominaria
MTG
story.
Ryan here. That's the story of that they've been hitting it. So they've been hitting it Phyrexian since Dominaria.
Yeah, that was why Karn was on Dominaria to get the Golgothian Silex to take it to Phyrexia and drop a nuke. He unearthed it. Multani was not happy, and he had to fight an army of trees.
Oh, okay.
Why do you know any of this?
It's on the cards.
What?
Yeah, look at the card Sylvan Awakening.
That's a combo piece.
Yeah, but he's read parts of the card that aren't rules text, is what he's saying.
Why? Okay. Yavimaya is aware, but not always awake. You will know the difference when you see it. Karn said that. The point is, DJ knows all about the lore, and no one else does. And I don't know. Ryan Bouchard, former host of this podcast, earned the nickname MTG Ryan because he fancied himself a lore expert, and he thought he was so brilliant by calling the Return of the Eldrazi a year after Rise of the Eldrazi. And then when they came back 6 years, he kept saying, next set Eldrazi, next set Eldrazi. And then
he
6
was
years
right
later,
eventually.
6 years later, he was right. And he was I am a lore expert.
MTG Ryan. He did it.
Anyway, so Karn went to Dominaria and did the thing, but that was 2.5 years ago. Has it been brought up at all since, DJ? Since you apparently read the flavor text on everything.
Yeah, look at me.
No, it hasn't been brought up
text.
since.
Hey, who did the art on that card, DJ? I bet you know that too, you nerd.
Yeah, man, I don't... Okay. Sure, well, there you go, eventually. The whole point of this is that, what is it, Throne of Geth is probably a reasonable buy. Or a reasonable hold, at least, if you're sitting on them.
I bet that's a game we could play. Magic Artist or Soccer Player. If you just made a list of 6 names, I don't think I would do very well. I wouldn't be able to differentiate between people who have illustrated at least one Magic the Gathering card or people who play in the Premier League.
I'd be down to give it a shot.
That'd be a good game, but I don't want to.
Let's do it next week.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Come back next week when we will play Magic Artist or European Soccer Player.
Well, someone in the Discord has got to generate the list because if one of us does it, then no one can play. So
maybe we'll have JJ do it.
The Discord has got to do that.
All right, Discord, come to our rescue. Propose us a list. We won't. I promise. We won't cheat. We will tag all of us in Discord. We'll look at the list. We'll play this game next week to start off the podcast. I'm going to move on to my pick of the week. I like Settle the Wreckage out of Ixalan. We've seen a lot of Ixalan cards start to get kind of pricey, which is honestly kind of surprising, right? I mean, there's a lot of cards that are worth more than you expect. It's not surprising that something like Gishath or Vanquisher's Banner or Primal Amulet or Revel in Riches are worth money, right? Those are some of the more expensive cards in the set. It's not surprising to me those cards are worth money, but it is surprising they're worth as much as they are. Primal Amulet is over $5. Vanquisher's Banner is $7, right? Groin Rights of Itlamok is 10. I mean,
Do you think we're starting to see what happens when there's no Moto redemption?
Is that there's no Moto redemption anymore?
Well, I believe it's doing it. No, it still exists. It's just like a very, very small window.
Yeah, I agree. It's very few people doing it.
It's not as much of a factor.
It's like you have to call this number on the back of this cereal box within a window of 5 to 7 days. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly possible. Like I said, we talk how much about they print so many cards these days that something like Pioneer, it keeps prices down even on some of the older stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, we're seeing prices on things from like Ixalan be worth way more than you might think, from Kaladesh block, right? They're I guess just starting to get a little older, and Settle the Wreckage is a pretty powerful card in Pioneer and in Modern even, in any blue-white deck. It's just extremely powerful, and it's only $3. So I think that it doesn't take much for blue-white to win an event, and Settle the Wreckage to get pricey.
What do you mean it doesn't take much for blue-white to win an event? It takes like 67 hours. That deck is awful to watch.
Good point. It did top 8 in the hands of Austin Bursvich, so it did top 8 the Players Tour in Phoenix. So the deck does have legs. It's a
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
deck.
Just saying it takes 7,900 hours.
It does. It takes a while. It's okay. They're going to be a dig through time, and Pioneer will be perfect.
Sure.
I can feel it. It's coming. But yeah, dig through. Settle the Wreckage at $3, I think, is a pretty solid pickup. $5 card at least.
Wasn't it a Challenger deck or something?
I think it was in the blue-white like Approach of the Second Sun deck. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I'd venture to say those Challenger decks weren't such like a drastic supply that it would eliminate any upside from cards in them.
Tell that to the price of Bomat Courier, am I right?
Well, that card's not really played much at the moment, so card's fine. But speaking of that Approach deck, Approach at Second Sun itself is starting to creep up pretty steadily at $1. Yep. Might itself be a pretty decent pickup over the next year or two.
Not as decent as another Ixalan card I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Tender Shoot Dryad.
Tender Shoot Dryad is sweet.
Just as tender and shooty as all those 4-year-olds who try to kill Corbin in the pool.
What?
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 You heard me.
No. We heard you. We didn't understand you.
Look, man, you don't have to understand me. Sometimes I'm going to say some stuff that comedically is on a different level that you're just not going to be able to grasp.
All right, sure thing, man.
And you're just going to have to trust me that everyone in their cars is like, ha-ha, Ted, you got him.
That's what happened. Everyone in their cars saying got him.
Probably. They're going to be listening with their kids and they're like, turn that down. But like, that's too comedically complex for my children. I don't want them to...
Yep, that's what's going to happen. Anyways, what do you have to say about Tender Shoot Dryad?
What do I need to say about Tender Shoot Dryad that isn't said by Tender Shoot Dryad's rules text? It's got so much rules text that DJ doesn't even know anything about the card because there's no flavor text. It's
a 5-mana 2/2.
Yeah, it's
with
trash.
Ascend. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green Sapperling. Sapperlings you control get +2/+2 as long as you have the city's blessing.
Each upkeep.
Yeah, it is a lot of tokens.
My Jamie Wakefield sense is tingling.
I think it's the cheapest card that that gives you a token every upkeep, right? Ophiomancer is 3, but that only sometimes gives you 1.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get rid of those snakes. You don't want to be getting rid of these tender little children. Okay. Maybe every time we swear, it's going to be me saying tender little children.
That's going to be the swear bleep for next week.
Tender little children.
Wow.
Well, what does it make? It makes sapperlings. Those are plants.
Squishy. Yeah.
Yes, those are plants.
That was all after hours. Hey, if you're wondering why, we abruptly cut away from the episode and then cut back, and you're wondering what just happened, you can have access to the unmentionable things that were just mentioned.
Do you really want the access? Do you even want to hear it?
Yes, you do.
Go listen to it. I don't know that you will.
You may regret having gone to patreon.com/Brainstorm Brewery and give us $20 a month, which is $4 or $5 an episode, which will give you access to these handsome drinking glasses and the spreadsheet and play mats and tokens and basically everything. The Discord, but it'll also give you access to the after hours where the little fun asides that are a little bit too risque even for this podcast end up. So that's something you can access at patreon.com/Brainstorm Brewery.
There's also a $40 level for anyone who wants to pay $9 to $11 a week.
Yikes.
All right, so Tender Shoe Dryad, Rivals of Ixalan. Put it down. Card is $4 right now. You like it at $4.
I do like it at $4.
Rivals of Ixalan was a sweet set, by the way. It has a lot of expensive cards in it. I mean,
expensive vampires and stuff. Yeah, man, it's a crazy set.
Zakama's almost $20. Zakama is expensive as heck. A $17 card. The nice thing about Rivals of Ixalan is that there are a lot of expensive cards. Zakama is super expensive, yeah, but Immortal Sun is almost $15. Twilight Prophet, just a mono black vampire card, $13. Or Kindling Phoenix, Alanda, the Dusk Rose, all almost $10. Wayward Swordtooth, even as a rare Galta. Like, that set was low-key crazy in value, right? Especially for sort of a modern set, right? For it to be just a year out of standard and have so many cards that expensive, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards over $5. And then a lot of, $2 to $6 cards, even at rare. So one of the better sets for finding collections of, which is kind of nice because this is kind of the time when you would find, start finding Ixalan in people's collections. So it's actually, I think people weren't super excited about it at the time, but a pretty nice set. Also has, I guess it's got a couple picks. Pitiless Plunder and Curious Obsession are worth good money.
Pitiless Plunder is falls off pretty quick, more than most rares and most sets.
Yeah, Pitiless Plunder is over $2. That card is. So that's the card that makes a bunch of treasure. What is it? Whenever a creature you control dies, you get a treasure. The card's been steadily going up for the past year, basically. Combo piece in and of itself. Yeah, card's great. Okay, well, everybody, that is the episode. Back with me. Oh, did you all know that the official drink of Hawaii is the Mai Tai?
It's not.
I googled official drink of Hawaii and it said Mai Tai.
Wow, the official vegetable of Oklahoma is the watermelon. So, do you really want to play this game?
It's not a game, man. It's just I'm just sharing Hawaii facts with you because
that's the official alcoholic drink. The official non-alcoholic drink is Tears because a gallon of milk is $7.
Say, as you know, I recently was in Hawaii and I learned this. No, everything was crazy expensive there. Actually,
you're like being a vegan of visiting Hawaii. Like, how do you know
when someone specifically?
How do you know when someone's been to Hawaii? Wait 5 minutes and they'll tell you.
Yeah. Hey, man. You're allowed to be jealous. It's okay. We all get a little jealous of me sometimes.
The word's envious, and no, I'm not. I could visit my brother whenever I wanted, but then I would have to visit my brother.
The subtext there being that your brother lives in Hawaii?
He does.
There you go. Figured we'd spell that one out.
He just lives there.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to live. I mean, it was February and it was pretty warm during the day. But it was very nice to go swimming both during the day and at night. I had fun going into the beach at night. Here is the
jumping
one
in the water, jumping out 2 seconds later, saying, "I did it. I swam like I said I would."
This might no. It was fine actually. I swam around for a while.
Got him.
Here's the one story that I saved to the end of the podcast that may be podcast worthy and maybe after hours.
Well,
anyways, everybody, thanks for listening to Brainstorm Brewery.
What did you say when you saw an unaccompanied kid by himself on the beach? Did you say, "Got him"?
Thanks for listening to Brainstorm Brewery, everybody. We will see you next week.
Time.
It's always the last time. Podcast every week like it is your last.
No, I'm saying this would be the last time they listen, not the last time we cast.
Yeah, I got that.
We keep doing it, but like you're gonna be like, all right.
I mean, look, if we go, I'm going out a hero.
I thought I got him, but I don't. I don't get it.
None of us do.